Nothing but a stream where my camera starts being blurry right at the beginning. I love it. Let's see if I can get this motherfucker focused or not. We're off to a good start already. Friggin' webcam. Come on. Just do me a solid and zoom in. Why don't you? I mean, I'm not a good-looking guy, but you don't need to rub it in my face, webcam. Technology. Gotta love it. But hey, it is working, so we have a good thing going, I suppose. How you guys doing? Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Smoothie DJ. For those who are here for the first time, welcome. I'm just some random asset on the internet who decided to play video games for fun, and oftentimes has issues with tiny pieces of technology, such as my webcam. My webcam bullies me on the odd occasion, which is okay. It just happens every once in a while. Sometimes it does work. Sometimes it don't. Oh well. Well, it is Saturday, one day before the big giant birthday bash that I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. So I figured, why not wind down with a good old-fashioned retro game? Well, for modern standards, it would be considered retro, which is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. So join me, why don't you, on this lovely little adventure called the olden days of Marvel, before it was tarnished by Disney. Kind of miss those days, honestly, because if anything, Marvel has done nothing but harm to the MCU. Just my humble opinion. We're also live on Kick, everyone. So if you want to join me for that, do feel free to do so. Do say hi if you're there. I'm trying out my streaming microphone again so you guys can see and hear it. Let me actually open up the game so you guys are here for the gameplay mainly. You don't want to see my ugly mug all the time. You're here to see the gameplay, which is the key element of the stream. That's why I'm doing this stuff. I don't know why this friggin' camera is not focusing properly. Might be the angle too. Nah, it will even itself out, I hope. Slowly dragging it back. Oh well. Looks like Botrix is having some issues connecting to the YouTube side. Do say hi if you're on the YouTube side. Do say hi. Apparently Botrix is the only one who's in chat right now. But that's okay. Usual rules apply. Don't be a dick. Just say hi if you're there. And no self-advertising for graphics designs. I am good on that front. Alright, let's get this party started. I know everybody in the mama stream right now, so chances of you guys watching me are very low, but that's okay. You guys are mainly here for the gameplay, so I hope the webcam will even itself out after a while.
And with the passage of the Superhuman Registration Act earlier this week, superheroes around the country are being forced to choose a side. Do they register with the government to uphold the law, or become part of an underground resistance movement? So far...
Can you believe this is really going down? The act kicks in at midnight, but word is S.H.I.E.L.D's gonna be here sooner than that, taking signatures. Or prisoners. I want to talk to Cage about it, but he's too busy arguing with Mr. Fantastic over there. Maybe you can break into their little powwow and get some sense out of them.
Talking to Luke Cage. Well, that's probably going to be a terrible idea, but let's see.
Understand your skepticism, Luke, but you have to believe me. I've crunched the numbers, and we absolutely can't rebel against the government on this. If we do, the consequences...
Can't be any worse than burning the Constitution.
You're exaggerating. This is a temporary measure. Once things settle down...
I ain't buying it, Reed. And I can't believe somebody as brainy as you would.
Oh, hello. Good timing. Perhaps you can talk some sense into Mr. Cage here. He and Iron Fist seem determined to get arrested.
He's the one who needs a reality check. But good luck getting anywhere with that.
Reality check. I don't know. Meet with Mr. Cage.
You have reached the voicemail box of
Reed Richards.
Please leave your message at the tone.
Legatus, hey.
Hey, you come to a decision yet?
Shield should throw itself into this register or will kick your butts thing, huh?
No one's got a better reason to be paranoid than I do. And I'm telling you, this is the way it's gotta go.
Wasn't it natural that the... Oh, if only the new orders have been sanctioned by the court, huh? Right.
Don't be so sure. There's no way the cops or S.H.I.E.L.D. would have handled it with a slugfest in the middle of a suburban neighborhood.
I don't know what's going on with my lighting today. Something weird. Nothing funny about Stanford, but is this really the
For
answer?
now, yeah, it is. Stanford would never have happened if superheroes had proper oversight.
Government plus the army of superhumans. Anyone else see a problem here?
We already trust them with the cops and the military. Bottom line, we need checks and balances. Otherwise, more kids are gonna get killed. Look,
Well,
I can't make the decision
that's
for
a
you.
given.
Just remember, we're supposed to protect people. Signing up for training and accountability is the best way to do that.
I don't know about that. That's new. Oh, the best course of action. But we shall see about that.
Enterprises group stock price 42.18.
Things don't get out of hand.
There's
Are you sure you can get us to Cap without leading them right to him?
Got it covered. You just stick with me.
But what about the rest? How can we convince...
They're gonna have to make their own choice. Stark, Richards, and Songbird are obviously a lost cause. But maybe. Well, speak of the devil. So you folks made up your minds yet? From what I hear, they ain't gonna give you much more time to sit on the fence.
Got any compelling reasons why I should want to become a criminal? How long do you think a resistance movement could last?
With Cap in charge, as long as it takes.
New York Senator Lieber decried the recent
You ever
passage
hear
of the
you and what
Registration Act
army?
today,
Well, they got
citing
the
his
army.
rescue by a team of superheroes
Cap
just
took out a squad of those losers without breaking a sweat.
That's
I
true.
bet you could do the same.
Got any compelling reasons why I should want to become a criminal?
I ain't no government puppet, and I assume you feel the same way.
I don't
There
know
are
what's
worse
going on with
things
my
you could do
webcam
than
today.
risk jail time to do the right thing.
It's awfully annoying today. I can see a point besides the one on your head, that is.
Glad to hear it. We're gonna need some real heroes to get through this thing. Anyway, think it over. But like I said, you better hurry up.
Human personnel listed as unregistered will be treated by the building security systems as hostile.
Hey, good times, huh? I can. The government's always wanted to take us down a peg. Now they see their chance. But Cap showed us what we need to do. If we had time, I'd tell you some stories about S.H.I.E.L.D. Just trust me. World peace isn't at the top of their priority list.
How you doing? How you doing, Legatus? Just realized my microphone was muted. But hey, that's okay. How are you, though? Thank God the microphone is working and technology is working apart from my webcam. For some odd reason, my webcam is having beef with me today. Don't know if it's just briefly, maybe it will even itself out. Maybe it's the lighting. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. So what now? Should I be cleaning my musket and waiting for Captain to start a rebellion?
Between you and me, I hope so. I have no intention of registering. And we're gonna need a leader.
I don't think a leader can fix that, Spider-Woman. Hate to break it to you, that's not how this usually works. It's normally not how this works. I think S.H.I.E.L.D. might just want what they say they want, you know, public safety.
Open your eyes. Powerful people are using a tragedy to take over. Cap sees that. If you had any sense, you'd see it too. Look, personal freedom is what Cap's fighting for. This is your choice to make. I know which way I'm going. Hopefully you do too.
Well, normally I do, but the thing is, opening up a private military is always coming with a bunch of issues.
On the eve of the Registration Act going into effect, the grim work
Always,
of identifying
especially if you
all
privatize it.
victims continues. An official list of
They always tend to run into some
confirmed
issues,
completed for weeks.
as I normally would say.
I didn't sign up for trying to arrest Capes.
I think a lot of people didn't. Meet with Mr. Fantastic. Where's she at? He's in the middle, I think. Just checking real quick if there's anything else.
And so, in a worst-case scenario, we'd find ourselves in the equivalent of a superpowered civil war.
Civil War? Oh jeez. Don't tell Tim Pool.
Criminals get a free pass.
Exactly. That's where you and the Thunderbolts would come in, Melissa. We need you to help S.H.I.E.L.D. keep crime under control while we focus on... Oh, hello again. I'm glad to see you're not going off half-cocked like Luke, Danny, and Eli over there seem to be. We need
There you
cooler
go. I
heads
think I
to
fixed the
prevail at a
lighting
time
now.
like this.
It's a little bright in here, but that's okay. Doesn't seeing Captain reject this SRA make you think that might be, you know, wrong?
There's morality and there's practicality. I may have personal issues with the act, but I also have hard evidence that if we rebel against it, the entire world's future will be imperiled. So, there's really only one sane choice here.
Is there? Hard to argue with that as much as I'd like to.
Very good. When S.H.I.E.L.D. shows up, they'll have the paperwork ready for you. Just do what they say.
But what if I don't? So what's going to happen to folks who don't sign up? No dessert for a week?
I'm not sure that's been determined. Incarceration, most likely. Those who violently resist might accidentally be harmed.
Accidentally.
We'd like to hear what you have to say about this historic event. Our online polls will be
I
open
heard that
until
before.
midnight. Log on and make your voice heard.
So, wow, this might be a stretch, but that sounded like a threat. Who gets to cover the job of rounding everyone up? Sign up or go to jail, huh? That's what it's gonna be.
I'm not in charge of that, of course, but that's what I'm hearing. Not a pleasant thought. I wish I could spend more time with you, but unfortunately, there's a lot to do. Talk to you soon.
At least, you know what I like about this game? Even they reduced the dialogue to a bare minimum. So they're like, yeah, no nonsense, just carry on with whatever it is you're doing. Research the Superhuman Registration Act. Alright, Superhuman Registration Act. When you meet with Maria Hill, your actions will determine your allegiance. Your choice will determine the missions you take on and change the boosts and abilities you earn. Some heroes have already chosen their side. The rest of your team will follow your choice. You may wish to save your game now. If I register, I'll team up with Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic, and Songbird. If I rebel, I will team up with Captain America, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist.
All superhumans, the Registration Act is in effect. You are now required to meet with Commander Hill and register your identity with S.H.I.E.L.D.
Why am I so hard pressed about this? Yep, time to choose a side, huh? Let's see what happens. There's always something.
I'm glad to see you're willing to meet with me on civil terms. Once you register, I'm sure we'll have a productive relationship. The paperwork is right here. Step up and sign, please.
Who are we kidding, Miss Hill? Who are we kidding? Any juicy incentives we get for registering? I don't mean a free toaster. What if we haven't decided yet?
The law is in effect. Your time is up. So, what's it gonna be, heroes? Just sign up here and you'll be bona fide law enforcement agents. You're not looking to start trouble, are you?
Register or rebel. I mean...
Smart move. I'm glad to see you're going through with registration.
Bruce! We're still reading the fine print.
Come on, I don't have all night. Smart move. I'm glad to. Congratulations on making the right choice, heroes. The only one you really had. I'll look forward to working.
There's no real right choice, though.
How could you? Cage told me I should have left with him and Iron Fist, but I didn't believe you'd do this. You damn traitors!
Well, looks like your first assignment just walked through the door. Either convince that idiot to register or take him down.
Look, Patriot, I was on the fence for a while too, but trust me, you'll look terrible in Prison Orange.
Shut up! There's nothing you can say to make me join you.
Did Spidey just say that to a black guy?
Cap.
Wow. Very progressive of you, Spidey.
You're setting for all of us?
Deadpool needs help badly.
Ash! I know the ICP DLC got today. I'm saving that for another day though. Today's sadly Marvel Day. Well, I say sadly, but...
No help bar! Anyone care?
I'll figure it out. I'm definitely playing it. I have to be at a certain point in the game to play it though. That's the downside to it. That's the only downside.
What Deadpool mean? It sounds cool. Hey, give me some of those red orbs.
Medic! No, seriously.
Let's see. I ended up getting Code Vein. Yeah, Code Vein is a great game, by the way. You can play that in co-op. Pretty cool stuff.
Deadpool needs help badly.
Got you now, baby.
Who's next?
An unfortunate introduction to government service for you. I'm sorry it had to come to that. Cage and Iron Fist refused to sign and escaped, and they're apparently not alone. I'm just glad you made the correct decision. Let's head back into the main area. We're gonna have our hands full, I expect, and I'm sure Tony will want to thank you personally once he gets back from Washington.
Tony's on a trip to Washington now. What else is new? Am I right?
I don't need to tell you that you've made the right choice. You're here, and that means you understand the reality of our situation. You know what we're up against. Who we're up against. We simply can't restore the public's faith in us, while Captain America and his recruits are still playing by the old rules.
SHIELD is going to use their expanded authority to keep supervillain activity in check. That leaves us with responsibility for dealing with the rogue heroes.
We need to act decisively to end this fast. We have a few leads, and may be close to identifying one or more locations being used as hideouts by the rebels. Come back here later. By then, we should have something more solid.
Right on.
I hate that it's come to this, but we have a job to do. We'll reconvene at the briefing station when you're ready.
It is so weird to hear Crispin Freeman's voice out of
Yeah. Who do I kill?
Iron Man.
Millions of dollars in property damage in New York City alone.
Yes? Can I help you?
You've been making men jump through hoops, or was it a window?
People are responsible for their own actions. Cap's a big boy, and he made his choice. The wrong one.
Arresting Captain America? It's like kicking your team's mascot.
He threatened my people. Or is it possible
What do you mean,
don't
your
realize
people?
that under his squeaky clean image, Steve Rogers is a very dangerous man?
How do you get this job? It couldn't have been your looks.
After Fury went into hiding, the government wanted someone with no personal connection to him to lead S.H.I.E.L.D. A fresh start.
I doubt that somehow. You're in charge because you and the last guy never hung out. Nice. But you're feeling pretty special.
Frankly, no. But I go where I'm needed, and right now that's here. I have work to do now. Goodbye.
Man, Maria Hill is very unlikable in this game. That's a feat.
All personnel will be subject to random retinal ID scanning.
How you guys doing in the chats? How's Shamash doing? How was Bruce doing?
Hello, can I help you?
Can I help you? Maybe. Somebody said you figured this out with math. Were slide rules involved?
Yes, I applied a working model of Asimov's psychohistory concept, a way to predict where societies will go in the future.
They still can't forecast the weather, but you think they can predict humanity?
Oh, most definitely. And in this case, it was incredibly clear what the consequences would be if all heroes opposed the act.
Between you, Stark, Henry Pym, seems like we're in Big Brain Central over here.
From a scientific point of view, perhaps. But science alone can't win a war. And Captain America is a brilliant strategist, as well as an incredibly charismatic figure.
But why'd you oppose him then? You're right, we're screwed. I don't know, seemed to work pretty well in World War II.
That's one way of looking at it, I suppose. I have to get back to my work now.
He's like, well, fuck you, I'm not listening to you. Basically. Simulator challenge.
It's okay, Reed. What's up?
Sorry, I just had to tell someone about this.
and I knew you would appreciate the significance. I just finished my latest tests on the nanite material we recovered from the Latverian terror.
Latveria. Always causing trouble. We'll be pit against each other, then a big threat will show up and we'll probably just team up again. That's usually how that goes. Code vein was 85% of a PS5, so $9.
Captain America's people are equipping
That's pretty cheap. I actually paid...
We need to cut off their supply lines before they can fortify.
How much did I pay for it when it came out? 30?
We've been tracking some suspicious cargo entering the Jersey City shipyards. We believe it's headed for a hideout being set up by the unregistered heroes.
Something like that.
Our original hope was to catch Cap himself. But my money says Cable is behind this op. He must be establishing this facility to support Captain America wherever he's hiding.
What do you mean?
Expect strong resistance. Cap's managed to turn a number of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents to his cause. Apparently, they call themselves the White Star in his honor.
The White Star?
I'm sure he sent some of the unregistered heroes in for support.
Bishop will be running the show on the ground. If we can shut down this operation, we'll send a powerful message to Captain America and his followers.
Move it! We gotta get this cargo inside!
Shield could be here any minute. Look sharp.
Okay, we're all here. Now listen up. Black Widow's going to scout ahead and locate the rebel hideout. Meanwhile, we'll provide a distraction by destroying this shipment before they can unload it.
So, smashing boxes, lame. Widow get lonely without our resistible selves.
Don't you worry. Natasha can take care of herself. Now let's get a move on before they realize we're here.
Oh, Code Vein is actually pretty fun. Highly customizable too with the character creator, and generally the game is pretty good. Oh shoot.
It's a raid! Get to your position!
Get on the freighter and destroy that cargo!
Ever considered surrendering?
Surrendering is not an option. Pete. Never was an option. Phoenix, hey. How are you, good sir?
Wrap this up fast.
Get back to the boat! We can't let them take this shipment!
I might have to swap controls in a second because I cannot use certain moves. That's already peeving me a little. Let me see if I can swap controllers real quick. Be back in a sec. For some ungodly reason, since I'm hooking up the Xbox controller, it is not doing what it should be doing. So I'm hoping that might alleviate the problem. Or not. Technology. You gotta love it. New Rivals game mode looks nostalgic. It sure does. If Marvel Rivals would look anything like this, that'd be funny, in a way. But I don't see that happening, honestly. That's the crazy part. Okay, so that's that. See if this did the trick. Can't open the window anymore. Did I just screw myself out of the game? I like how you're being sarcastic. Yeah, this isn't doing it somehow. Okay, note to self, don't open up Ultimate Alliance when you try to swap a controller. Because for some reason, it ain't working. But that's okay. I'll just reboot the game. Let's see what happens. I'm pretty sure Deadpool will eventually be added to this game. They would be silly not to, in all honesty. The fact that Neil Patrick Harris is now the new Deadpool voice as well. Don't know if you saw the Deadpool VR trailer yesterday. That was pretty nuts. Well, I guess I'm stuck with the Xbox controller for the time being. Maybe you can play a hybrid of keyboard and mouse, but... because for some reason... there's one thing that peeves me about this whole thing is the fact that I cannot use my special moves properly. I think I'll be okay. Also, the guy who did the PC port of this released a port of Prey, the original, just recently. Why is it not accepting my thingy now? Okay. Yeah, this is going off to a great start. Trenta, hey, can't believe it took Nintendo to make one decent Donkey Kong 3D game over 26 years. Yeah, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, mate. You'd be very surprised. Okay. I hate this already. Hang on. Technical issues galore. Of course, when I want to frigging stream it, it's like, no, you can't do that. Ugh. Hate it. I think it's because I'm in the title screen. Let's do this then. I had a hunch this would happen somehow. Pad. We'll see. maybe it works now. Yeah, it took them quite some time, didn't it? Of course, now the controller doesn't freaking work anymore. It's almost like it refuses to acknowledge. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Hang on. Okay. Yeah, I wish that would be the case, but some reason I'm trying to figure out what the problem is right now. It is not letting me use my controller right now. Despite me actually selecting it. Kind of sucks that happened. Let me see. It was working earlier, so I'm like a little confused right now. I hope this doesn't persist because I would rather play the damn game. Okay, apparently it looks like it found the controller again. So that's good. So yeah, what I was saying was, the original Prey is also done by the guy who did the modification for this one.
Captain America's
the
people
original
are equipping
Prey, the one with the Native American
we need to cut off their supply lines
as the
before
protagonist.
They can fortify.
So I'm quite curious to try that one. Probably an interesting way to spin it.
We gotta get this cargo inside. Shield could be here any minute.
If you're on kick, do say hi, folks. Bend over.
Okay, we're all
Hey,
here.
how you
Now
doing?
listen up. Black Widow's going to scout it. Meanwhile, we'll provide a distraction. Don't you worry. Now let's get a move on before they...
Alright, let's go. I think we might be okay.
It's a raid! Get to your position!
Doc Ock, you ain't.
No.
Cool new suit, same old Spidey, but
get on the freighter and destroy that cargo!
I am very excited for tomorrow. I got some things queued up. I also got myself a means to play Game Boy games in the near future, so I'm very excited about that. So you'll probably see a lot of retro stuff on this channel relatively soon. Can't wait. It's gonna be fun. Oh, Ben leveled up already. Crazy! Remember folks, but you can now level up on my channel when you interact with me. Botrix might reward you with cookies. Or something. How's my mic compared to the game, by the way? So now that you're here, you can probably tell.
You were warned. See those robot parts? The White Star is hijacking S.H.I.E.L.D.'s combat units to boost their numbers.
Energize blasters.
Good, good, good. I hope you're doing well, Ben. Hope you're doing this.
They're after the cargo. Stop those government flags.
Boom. Yeah, like I said, you'll probably see me play more Game Boy and more retro stuff on the channel relatively soon. It's gonna be fun. Striker, improving 1 melee damage. Oh.
Sure, why not?
Oh god, that lantern is freaking out over here. You guys see that? Okay, that lantern is possessed or something. Update file just finished loading. No one will hear from me for a month unless I'm screaming about the DLC. Have a good day. Bless you.
Time for batting practice.
You make sure you let us know that you're still alive every once in a while, okay? Last thing I want to hear is you dying in front of your screen.
Pay my rent.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, the goddess. My condolences, brother. Just one more week till vacation. 1 week off.
Let's keep moving and meet up with Widow.
Yeah, I've got 2 more weeks until my next vacation, so I am very much looking forward to that. Well, I gotta admit, I'm pretty freaking tired from all these night shifts I've been doing the last 5 days. So I didn't even know what day it was when I woke up this afternoon. That's how bad it was. That's how bad it was. Pretty sure these poor guys were just killed by that forklift truck though.
Heroes fight fair. Why
I gotta say, some of those animations look very comfy. Your first vacation in 2 years. Jesus. I worked night shifts for 15 years and my body clock never recovered. I don't even notice the days as they fly by. Yeah. That's pretty much me. That's pretty much me at the moment. Like I said, I'm glad calendars are a thing because otherwise I wouldn't even know what day it is. In all honesty. I'll be honest, if this whole streaming thing would be a bit more viable for me, I would probably just stream instead. So I can take back my own life a little bit more, but a nursing job is a high responsibility job, so especially if you work full time. Not a very enviable position to be in, but you know, woe is me.
Push forward.
My condolences to the guys. Sorry to hear about that.
Come on, I'm Spider-Man. I always do.
Oh. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Needs a bit more. Might as well take the token. I can't stress this enough, folks. Tell your loved ones you love them while they're still there. Because you never know if it might be the last time you do so. Don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but you know, I can't stress this enough. I have a few situations in my life where I didn't say that to them,
Hey,
and
I'm
then
from New York.
the next day they were gone.
So, did
yeah.
I knock any sense into you?
I spent a bit of time with my best friend today and his wife. She's very highly pregnant, and I think the baby is going to be there in August. They're both very excited. It's their first child, so it's gonna be a boy. That's all I know. But they're gonna be. The kid's gonna have pretty cool parents. A doctor and a teacher. Quite a killer combo.
Would you say that was amazing?
I have a natural biological clock. It likes to wake up 5-10 minutes before my alarm clock says wake up.
Ah, there you
That
are.
sounds
Just
like
in time
it.
to create the diversion I need. Their base is somewhere nearby.
Oh my
If you
god,
distract the
Black
guards,
Widow,
I'll find a
Natasha,
way
what
to
have
get
they
you
done
in.
to you? Stay with us, we could use the extra support.
Trust me. Infiltration is my business. I'll leave the punching to you.
Oh,
Heads
if you
up,
say so.
they've got grenades.
Time for batting crackle. My power is unlike any you have faced.
Yeah, that's what will trigger it for sure.
Did I knock any sense into you?
Yoink.
I know you're not in it.
Sleeping on the job.
Tisk, tisk.
They're wiping the floor with us!
Everyone, get inside. I'll close off the base.
Pursue Spider-Woman. I'll make sure she doesn't knock you out.
Energize blaster.
I have a list of Game Boy games I want to play on the channel. I will run a poll sometime next week. Probably Monday or Tuesday. You guys can pick one of the Game Boy games. Oh, excuse me. Pick one of the Game Boy games that I'll be playing on the channel very soon.
That's what you might call
Fun.
basic cable.
Amongst those games is Pokemon Go. What else is there? Golden Sun, Wario Land 4 and 3, Wario Blast. It's kind of a fun time. And some other games that I'm still looking out for, but Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages and Seasons is on that list. But like I said, I'm still like picking a few games and see which ones make the most sense. Ow. If anything, I want to avoid streaming even more JRPGs than I'm already doing because some of them are pretty lengthy. Golden Sun is a Game Boy Advance game that came out a couple of years ago. It's like a turn-based role JRPG.
They're trapped. Get them.
Golden Sun. Like the planet. It was a two-part game. Actually, it was one game split into two games, which is kind of funny in retrospect, because the cartridge size of the Game Boy Advance was so small.
Spider powers rock. Cool new suit, same old Spidey butt kicking.
I kind of miss this voice for Spider-Man. Yeah, it's a French baguette RPG. That's true. Yeah. I gotta love the mainstream media though. Clips goes just a little too successful for them. They immediately call the developers racist and sexist. I see a trend there. You know, and I saw that Wu-Tang game that they announced yesterday, but I'm already not as excited anymore as I wanted to, because the chick from Sweet Baby Inc. worked on it, Kimberly. But I'll if there's a demo, I will check it out. But I think it's gonna be pretty cringe.
I've sealed the base. The only way through that door is through us.
Are you stubborn or what? Just sure this isn't your martyr complex acting up.
Time will tell who wins, but I'm on the right side and you know it. We're not backing down. If you go down this road, You're going to have to take on all of us.
Spider-Woman. Yeah, that's a character I haven't seen in a very long time.
Spider-Woman needs backup. Get them off of her.
808. I'm also thinking about playing Parasite Eve on this channel, but like I said, everything all at once. Boosh! What up, man? Yeah, sadly I couldn't get the first one to run for some reason. The port that I got from that Twitter account was not working for some reason. Every time I tried to boot up the game, it would just crash on me. Definitely with the guns. I'm still a bit baffled by Marvel's casting choice of getting Neil Patrick Harris to play Deadpool. That's such a strange choice. They could have gotten Ryan Reynolds and make a VR game with him, but why take him, right? Or Nolan North. Yeah, the first one's definitely superior in terms because this is like basically Civil War, just a little tweaked, you know?
That should hold her. The SHIELD agents could take Spider-Woman in, but the base is still sealed.
Funny how we all cross the audiences, huh? But good to see you guys. Good to see you. I am very excited for
Your
tomorrow.
entry point,
It's gonna be
as
fun.
promised.
I'm gonna be playing some Marvel Rivals
This is
tomorrow,
an old
folks.
Hydra terrorist base.
Not too sure what time yet,
Recognize the layout. You can
but
get around the blast
I
door
expect
through
it to
here,
be like the
but there will
early
be
hours
another
of the
sealed
night
door
for me.
inside.
So how's about you help us bypass here?
There's no way around the inner barrier.
Man,
You'll have
Natasha,
to
they
figure
did
out
you
a way to
dirty
open
in this
it.
game.
I will bring
Holy
Spider-Woman to
crap.
the detention center. You head
Granted,
inside and find a way
I
through
like the
that
boom
second
window.
blast door.
But the face? Rough. Rough.
I don't care what you do to me. I did the right thing.
What about obeying the law?
It's a hero's duty to fight injustice, even if it's the law that's unjust. I've got nothing else to say to you.
Get inside. The rebels are fortifying their position while you waste time here.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing. Some of the characters look pretty good in this game, and then there's some pretty fugly looking characters in this one.
Let's find that blast door and figure a way past it.
Night for you is morning for me, so I might be sleeping. I'm trying to do it around the same time we usually do Rivals, but I have to wait and see. I'll be streaming for a while anyway, so I'm gonna try Ultron, because I haven't tried Ultron yet.
This ends here, lackeys! Stop the fascists! Fully charged. No confusion.
that. Okay. The Wakanda levels are pretty good, yeah. We'll get to that eventually. Actually, let me swap out somebody. Let's get her back in. Magneto will be swapped out too. Bring in Storm. Yeah, this is a compiled version of the game where you get all the extras that weren't in certain versions of the game.
Wanna do rock, paper, scissors instead?
Hold your head!
The only thing that pissed me about is that I cannot use special moves, because for some reason it didn't. Yeah, sure. I'll go through the roster in a sec.
Spider powers rock.
I pray you will forgive me.
All right. Let's go. So, we got Black Panther, Ben Grimm, who's currently unavailable. I think this is supposed to be Green Goblin, Thor, Iron Man. Not too sure who that's gonna be. Hulk, Magneto, Sue Storm, Miss Marvel, the actual Miss Marvel, Cap, Cable, I think that's Beast, Human Torch, Carnage, not too sure about that one. Songbird, Wolverine, Luke Cage, I'm assuming that's gonna be Venom, Nick Fury, Speedball, Daredevil, Iceman, Iron Fist, Juggernaut, Mr. Fantastic, my boy Gambit, and of course, Black Panther. It's kind of funny how Storm looks like Tina Turner in this game. She's very Tina Turner adjacent in this game. The Juggernaut, bitch. You follow me on Twitter, right, Boosh? Yeah, Black Panther has a sword, believe it or not.
That was fun, but I still prefer wall crawling.
I would have preferred if Black Panther would have fought with a sword in the movie. Because that's how I remember Black Panther.
There must be a switch somewhere for that door.
See if you follow me on Twitter, Boosh. I'll shoot you a link. Because this is a PC port of the game. This is running in native 4K, by the way. 4K 60. Ow. just need to figure the controls out because for some reason the light trigger is not working. Need to see if that might be an because it's a newer Xbox controller that I'm using. Okay, cool. I'll shoot you a link in a second. Once I'm done with this level. Because the same guy who did this port also did a port for Ultimate Alliance 1.
Come on,
You don't have a PC. Oh, what? If you mod it. Well, yeah, modding is a bit of a complicated thing, but yeah, this is currently the only way I can play this game because my PlayStation 3 doesn't work with the capture card that I have. So now I think Ultimate Alliance is delisted, honestly. That's the thing.
The door should be open now.
This is one of the reasons why I was never able to play it before. Laptop down, I have to wait to get one for a new. Gotcha. Unfortunate.
What kind of idiot doesn't want to be on
I'll still send you the link though. You can maybe like save it in your bookmarks or something. Store. It's your time. Your time to shine. Yeah, don't mention it. Don't mention it, Pooch. Don't mention it, man.
Stay down or risk my full wrath.
Played the hell out of these two games with my brother and friends. This is dumb fun, and especially you can play this online if you have, I think it was Parsec. You can actually play this with up to 4 people. It's actually pretty fun.
Keep them off balance.
I wouldn't be surprised if they make Storm Wakandan in the MCU. I would not be shocked about that. Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Wreaked havoc over here. Let's go.
I pray you will forgive me.
I'm very excited. In a week, Nikkei got us a victory, the mobile game I'm playing. It's getting a Stellar Blade update, so I can get even Raven from Stellar Blade as a potential playable units.
Nice try, mate.
There's a storm coming.
They're running right through us!
Hey, Maria. Prefer no backstory to that week as fuck story in X-Men Apocalypse.
I'm not just a merc with a mouth.
Yeah,
I'm the sensation
don't get me
with a
started on that one.
registration.
X-Men Apocalypse has a lot of problems. It's not by far the worst movie I've ever watched, but I was of the opinion that X-Men Origins Wolverine kind of sucked too. Okay, I'm gonna look in the back while I work on my stuff. Yeah. Right on, Maria. Appreciate the work. Remember, folks, I'm also live on Kick and on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, do say hi. I might actually see your chat. If not, just yell at me in the replies, and I'll just tell you to come to YouTube or whatever. Origins is yeah, that might actually be true. That I can definitely agree with.
Now you can tell your friends you got hit by Spider-Man.
Definitely the worst.
No, you can't have my autograph, so don't ask.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of issues with Dark Phoenix.
You know,
but
they don't call me amazing for nothing.
it is. I would say both Origins and Dark Phoenix are quite bad in their own rights. They make look certain movies that I used to hate look like Shakespeare in comparison. Dark Phoenix made me appreciate Thor: The Dark World a lot more. Trust me, and that's saying something. Yeah, what they did to Deadpool in that movie. Who thought it was a good idea to cast friggin' will.i.am as a character for the X-Force? I gotta give credit where credit is due. I like the dude who played Gambit in that movie. I like the guy who played Gambit. He was pretty good. Ah, you cunt. Hey Davey, how you doing, man? How you doing? What's that? I cannot destroy that turret apparently. Yeah, Origins and Dark Phoenix is like comparing a turret with a peanut. Well, that's putting it mildly, man. That's putting it mildly. Alright, let's see. Where's the damn door? You get your rent when you fix this damn door! Oh, as you're stupid. Gotcha. Gambit is probably my favorite X-Men. X-Men character. Come on. Tatum has the wrist, but he was way too buff and stocky. I thought he looked pretty rough in Deadpool and Wolverine, in my opinion. I thought he looked pretty rough. Like you could see he was kind of letting himself go a little bit. I mean, granted, you cannot always stay buff. At a certain age, that's just gonna come, you know. Magneto? Yeah, I can understand why. Magneto's pretty good. I like Magneto. Magneto is pretty good. Yeah, this issue with the special move button is really peeving me. I'm pressing the button, nothing happens. And this controller works with everything else but this game. So now it looks like I'm just doing the same combo over and over again, which is not intentional. Storm is pretty cool, yeah. Now imagine you could manipulate weather completely as a mutant. That'd be pretty wild.
Careful. I'm in a mood today.
Boom! Guardian of the X-Men skin is almost as hard as an adamantium. Trope. The camera is not very favorable in this situation.
We almost got it. Just trigger the terminals in the right order.
That
We need to use those terminals to toggle the panels. Light up all 4 panels to reroute the power.
Okay, so... Okay, so it's this one, the third one, 4, okay, so it's 1, 3, 2, 4.
Good work. Shield's coming down.
Colossus should be a tank. Or Juggernaut. Juggernaut or Colossus. Honestly. Although I could see Colossus being a support character somehow.
Rockets from below! Watch out! Hold your ground! Don't let them swarm us!
Oh, you're that boy. Ben Grimm and Kappa disrupt the tanks. Mags and Doctor Strange are protectors. Yeah, they're like Strange and Mags are like Reinhardt from Overwatch. Especially Strange with the shield. Definitely Reinhardt. Definitely Reinhardt.
Break the power cells to the left and right of the door. Now the other one.
Whereas Ben is like Doomfist
All right.
in a way.
Let's keep moving.
Because he has the same charge thing as well.
Can you believe I did the right thing and registered? Me neither!
I'm trying to figure out who's voicing Deathstroke this one. Penny fooled me because I thought she was going to be a diva, but no, it's Hulk who copies her archetype. It is kind of funny though, isn't it? How Hulk is the one that's kind of like a diva-like, and Penny Parker is almost like a mix between Junkrat and yeah, like Junkrat.
Hey, this moral high ground stuff is kind of fun.
Oh yeah, Tuesday. Before I forget, Team Play Tuesday is happening next week, folks. Mark your calendar. It will be a little later. Although, no, it's going to be the same time as usual. Just mark your calendar for Tuesday. Team Play Tuesday will be back with Marvel Rivals. Wolverine's the anti-tank and Penny can either be lucky or get lucky or not. Or she gets shredded like crazy. Do say hello if you're on the kick side, folks. Working on getting a few followers over there so I can get partnered. Because multi-streaming is the future, especially considering the shenanigans that have been going on lately with people being banned for retroactively hosting someone who has been banned months after the fact. I'm a bit iffy on that one. You know, I still want to play Overwatch 2, but I just don't have a solid group to play it with. That's the biggest issue for me. King started shutting down my one, I'll shut down his ping. Right on.
Beatdown I just gave you.
Spider-Man just came, huh? Alright, okay. Sure, whatever, Pete. Don't let MJ know.
Break left. I disabled the barrier there.
Yeah, but Blizzard had to do Blizzard things, so Overwatch is not the same anymore, unfortunately. I think it's funny that Spidey's strong enough to lift up a forklift truck, but Storm isn't. Somehow. She could lift it up with like electricity, but no. Wolverine, let's go. Let's fucking go. Man, Marvel is dropping the ball on these games though. They could have re-released Ultimate Alliance. You know, they would make a lot of money, especially with the first two. One was okay, not the same devs though. It was, I think it was Koei Tecmo that did the third one. I like the designs in 3 though. They were pretty good. Johnny Storm is Storm in this game. Ooh, Storm is good. Yes!
Yes, Sanchez. I know your men are getting hit hard, but you've got to buy me some more time.
I'm surprised that Birdie's not in this game. Cable's assistant. Yeah, boss! Ooh.
They're headed your way. Break out the big guns and slow them down.
Of course they are.
You know what they say. The bigger they are,
the harder they fall.
I won't tell your friends about this. I promise.
Stormy, let's go!
This would have been a lot easier if it hadn't been so stubborn.
Sabretooth kind of did, yeah. Yeah, what? Needs to be more in more games. Freaking Wolverine has to be in every damn game, but not as great as Nemesis. I think it's because a lot of people don't understand how Sabretooth works, honestly. Because what I noticed is that he's basically like a palace swap. Usually he's a palace swap of Wolverine the most. If you look at like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, for example, the Sabretooth and Wolverine basically have the same moveset. Except for the fact that Sabretooth can summon, what's it called? Birdie. To assist him. Normally sees another Wolverine. Yeah, exactly. See, that's my point. That's exactly my point. You know? People didn't care when Sabretooth was in Deadpool and Wolverine, considering how quick he was dispatched and killed. That was the biggest FU to the Fox X-Men though. Getting rid of Sabretooth that quickly. What a fucking waste that was. Find my language, but man. Victor Creed is a psychopath. Yes, that he is. Yeah, it was dumb. It was good. It was good for a gag, but still, like, I was like, you're gonna do Sabretooth dirty like that? Come on. If you can't even bother to do it, then at least make the joke with the 2 Sabretooths, right? Cast the original, and then get Liev Schreiber in to play the other one, right? I mean, say what you want about Liev Schreiber. He's not exactly like a great actor, but he has the range to play him.
Look for a switch.
You know, it's kind of funny saying German names and like Schreiber, like that. Yeah, but keep Pablo Schreiber away from ever playing in X-Men, because I don't want to see him in anything after that Halo TV show. Pablo Schreiber will always be Master Cheeks to me.
I will do what you must.
It's very, very different from Wolverine. It's bigger and stronger, but Wolverine's tougher and faster. Plus he isn't insane, so he has a tactical advantage. Yeah, pretty much. But still, no Master Chiefs for me. I'm done with that. Alright, that's enough. Playtime's over, kids.
Oh, God, they're unstoppable!
You know it's bad when people associate you with a role that nothing to do with what is anything else that you do in your career.
Won't take a minute.
It's pretty much like Sydney Sweeney, right? Because everybody's like, oh, Sydney Sweeney, big Cuba, blah blah blah. Yes, yes. Have you seen her in Euphoria though? Yes, exactly. So that was her first nude scene too. And people pretend like she's never been naked before, which is kind of funny to me. And the fact that some people actually bought the soap, the squash soap, the soap bar that was a limited edition thing, that was sold out within like 3 to 4 minutes, tells me everything I need to know about society. We are fucked, folks. He was good as Leprechaun in season 1 of American Gods. Wait, Pablo Schreiber was... Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Pablo Schreiber was Leprechaun. Did I read that right? Did I read that right? Okay. I did not know that. This generation is lost. See, exactly. Yeah, I did actually stop the game for this. I didn't know. I was kind of blown away by that. I was like, hold on. Pablo Schreiber is Leprechaun? Really? Okay. See, here's the thing. I didn't even know there was a second Schreiber in Hollywood until the Halo TV show. Oh, trust me, Maria. I've stopped streams for less than that. Like when I put on the camera just to react to the soundtrack of Expedition 33, for example. Okay, that was a terrible idea with the fireworks there. Oh, jeez. I say fireworks, but it's actually warheads, but whatever. Same thing. Leave the fireworks. He's 6'5". Wow. Okay.
It's all over, Bardashav.
Well, granted, I haven't seen American Gods in a while, and I must have blanked out the fact that he is actually playing that character. Oh well, it's okay. I'll be okay. But yeah, like I said, he will always be Master Cheeks for me, so... That's 73. No, that's okay. Do a little more. Let's go. Let's mess up some people. Come on. Let's go. God, yeah, I think I stopped watching after season 1. I think it was a good thing I did. Now here's a TV show that you could do.
I've got to keep
Famous.
the door open from here so you can
But
get
DC
through.
doesn't.
Cable's uploading a lot of data.
DC or
You have
Warner
to reach
Brothers
him
won't
before he
care about
finishes
the Book of
transferring that
Fables.
intel. Will help our cause a lot more if we can keep Cable from transmitting that data. Now get a move on. I'll be in touch via radio.
Book of Fables, for those who don't know, is a comic book that was released on Vertigo Comics, which is basically fairy tale characters living in New York City. The Big Bad Wolf was a police officer solving crimes, and Snow White was his assistant. I like the premise of it. You gotta go, Maria?
Just keep coming.
Yeah, just I should be a little bit more flexible with my schedule as of next week. So we'll definitely figure something out, Maria. Yeah, I played Wolf Among Us, and that's how I found the comic books. Bought almost the whole Fables run. Loved it a lot, and it's actually quite a shame that
You should reconsider before
Vertigo or DC in general don't really care about that series anymore. Damn shame, because, like I said, the comic book was great. Loved it. Wolf Among Us as well. I still want to have season 2, but I'm very, very skeptical as to how they're gonna do it. It's like I said, I like season 1 a lot, but I am very skeptical. Yeah, it's kind of like Grimm. Kinda. Actually, I'm going on a trip for 3 weeks, so I won't be streaming for stuff make it. Oh, that's perfect. I'll be back home by then again, so you can definitely hang out again if you like.
What the? One of the doors is jammed open. Damn hyper chunk. I can't block them.
We need Bully McGuire in this game. You get your rent when you fix this damn door.
You get points for effort.
Heard the actual comics have been darker shit in it. Snow White was... Yep, there was some pretty damning implications in those books, but...
They offered $50 to register.
Let me just say this, the Book of Fables are pretty good though. Like I said, probably one of my favorite comics from Vertigo. I heard ramblings of the Darkness remaster. You guys remember that game? The Darkness? That was pretty cool. Definitely suck. The Darkness comic and games were fun. That's how I found DLP. Huh. Funny that. Yeah, I wonder if we'll ever get another Darkness game. Darkness 2 was a shift I was not expecting from that game. Especially with that sudden change to cell shading after a semi-realistic looking first game. That always confused me. Like, why did they do that? I believe in nothing called love. Oh man, I love that song. The way he sings that too, I was like, holy crap. Yeah, but Darkness 2 was pretty short. I wonder if it has something to do with the fact that the first game didn't do too well, but they kind of committed to like releasing 2 games. 2 felt rushed in comparison. The Darkness 2's co-op mode was fun. Yeah. I miss the early 2000s, or like the early 2010s when publishers still didn't give a crap like what kind of games they put out and just did it and actually took risks. I actually kind of missed that era, you know? Oh yeah, in case you're curious, by the way, what's it called? Borderlands 2 is free on Steam up until today. I know it has a bit of a stinker going on with the user data thing, but I'll be honest, that was already in the TOS way before. So years.
Nice work, team. You should be able to access the rest of the base now.
Yep. Borderlands 2 is definitely the best one. Love the co-op in Borderlands 2 as well. Tommy and I played it quite a few times with Dealbreaker and the Heretical Nerd. Sadly, we never got a really full playthrough out of it because we kind of got frustrated with each other, I think, after a while. Because of like coordinations and stuff.
Sure, why not?
It can be a bit chaotic with 4 people, I will give it that.
They're headed your way. Don't let them get past you.
Yeah, Borderlands 2 was... I sunk so many hours into that game. Holy crap. Like, not even kidding. I probably spent like at least 120 hours in that game. Easy.
They're on the move again, Victor. Get ready.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna switch over to the Xbox One controller in a sec to see if my trigger button works then. Because it's kind of boring if you only do the regular punching and that's it.
Vile turncoats.
Hercules! The heck? I forgot about him. I actually forgot that he was in this. Bane, Bane, I come to bring the pain!
Feeling well.
Bane, Bane, that's my name! All the Vault Hunters maxed out and was doing the raids in Borderlands 2. I miss having a game like that. Destiny 2 kind of scratches that itch, but it was expensive in the Vault paid content. Yeah, that was the most baffling decision to make that paid content. Like, why would you do that? That's stupid. Why would you do that?
The son of Zeus will crush you.
Kind of damaged him a little bit there. Maybe that sounds like a fun idea. They don't even have access to the content anymore. It's awesome. What? Seriously? Wow.
Looks like it might be nap time.
That's so freaking dumb, man. Bungie has definitely lost its way. At least games like Warframe allows you to replay old stuff even when they update old content. Yep. That is true.
Almost there now. Be ready for anything.
Here they come. Get into position.
Alright, find and stop cable.
Give him some shrapnel.
Cut off his internet. Alright, before we do that, let me just change the cable on the controller to see if that works. Because I have an Xbox One controller, but I'm not too sure if that's going to work with this game, even though it is an Xbox 360 game, so it should be fine. So give me 1 second, folks. Could be the USB port. Let's see. I gotta see how it works and doesn't work. Okay. See if that works. So apparently the game doesn't like it when I disconnect the controller. Hope that didn't wipe my progress just then. That'd be pretty crappy. Okay, I had to off Alt F4 that one. But that's okay. Let's have a look-see. Since we're here already. We got 5 people watching over on the YouTube side. Thank you kindly. Hope you guys enjoy. 6 people actually. Nice. I am playing through Steam, but the problem is this is a unofficial PC port of the game, or remastered port, and the For some ungodly reason, the controller sometimes doesn't do what it should be doing. So, yeah. Pretty shitty at times. But hey, what can you do? It is what it is. To be fair, this is a... What's it called? An old game. You're running around Steam. Oh wait, actually, the controller is being recognized. Just had to restart the game because for some ungodly reason this game doesn't like unplugging controllers. But yeah, this is my colorblind edition controller. No, me fighting Hercules again? Fuck yeah.
Turncoats.
You know what's funny? That Hercules looks like Kevin Sorbo a little bit. Kinda looks like Kevin Sorbo a little. Using Spider-Man, this is cheese, by the way.
The son of Zeus will crush.
You're being an asshole right now, Herc.
Yeah. Who do I kill?
It's almost like it doesn't recognize the shoulder button for some reason. Let me see. Because the shoulder button on this one, on this game, does not work. I think Melee James told me that he had to basically get a PS4 controller to get this working, which is kind of dumb. And I don't have a PS4 controller anymore. Because me being the smartass that I am, I actually sold my PS4 and I've got a 5. Yes, I have 5 remorse. Don't ask. That's why I'm actually converting to PC gaming fully, because it is just far more customizable and more rewarding. In all honesty. That forklift really loves Hercules.
Ready and willing.
Sure, why not?
Not a problem.
Hey, at least I can play the game, so it's not too bad, you know?
And stay down, traitor!
I think that should kick him to the curb. Yeah, the Steam override, that's the biggest issue, I think. But you know, at least the controller works, so that's a good sign. And I still have this since the...
This is no time for a kid.
I think I got this controller when the Xbox One came out. Never owned an Xbox One myself. Because I thought that console was pretty dumb, especially with the Kinect. But I always needed a controller for PC games, just in case. I just prefer playing fighting games with controllers, for example. Some people can apparently play them with like mouse and keyboard, but I don't know. There's just certain games like platformers and stuff that I just prefer playing with controller. Just a personal preference, honestly. Yeah, once I get the PC fully funded, I will definitely just stick with PC gaming from now on. I was also blown away by the PC demo of Stellar Blade and how well that was running. That's arguably one of the most well-optimized games that I've played in a while. And that's saying something.
Maybe you'll get a cool new suit if you register too.
It's fun being underestimated.
Hey, Andy Matthews. How you doing, buddy? Remember, folks, tomorrow as of 7 p.m. UK time, I'm going to be starting my birthday celebration, celebrating into my birthday. So you're going to be seeing me streaming for at least like 8 hours at least. Depending on how well it's going, you guys can extend the stream time by up to 4 hours. So as long as I can stream is 12 hours. If I can get certain stretch goals, I will take a few shots, put on a kilt, and you guys can see me play video games. I got myself a means to play Game Boy games on the channel soon, so stay tuned for that. Hey, well, my birthday's on Monday, but yep, appreciate it, Phoenix. Can't believe I'm turning 35. It's insane. Time's flying, honestly. It is honestly insane. I had a shit week, was sick, and had car number plates stolen. Fuck me, man. Who would steal your number plates, mate? Why would you... people are just assholes. There, I said it. People are assholes. $35. I'm older by than you by a year at least. Ah, bless your pen. Yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow. It's gonna be a fun stream. Marvel Rivals, a lot of retro stuff. You can watch me suck at games all day. To do a crime and avoid road stuff. That's fucking stupid. At least, did you at least report it to the police that they were stolen? You guys are far too kind.
Hold them back. Captain America needs this data.
To see Cable fight with Captain America.
Captain, we're overrun here. I'm uploading everything I can.
Yes. Should probably fight Cable as Death. Canonically, that makes the most sense.
Keep them away from the cannon. They'll overload my shield.
Oh, that's one done. Indeed.
Now you thugs are gonna pay. You can still do the right thing.
Some women already say that to me, mate. Some of my colleagues already said, and younger colleagues already said it to me. I'm like, what? Why would you say that? Okay, he's a tough bugger.
worth the effort.
That's well, I would take it with a sense of humor, honestly.
Use your brain.
But yeah, it can be a bit of an insult too. Oh, it looks like my dad. You could be my dad. Yeah. If women start saying that to you, you should probably consider your age. In all honesty. I'm 65, so women can say I'm as old as their grandpa. Ben, sometimes I forget how old you are.
Take out the wall turrets.
Sometimes I do forget how old you are. Consider that a good sign that I forget that how old you are sometimes. Good so. I appreciate it either way.
Guaranteed.
That's why I appreciate Bend Over. He just takes it with stride, you know. He's a young man still. Don't forget. They should honestly add more like the survivals. Just do like boss fights or gauntlets or something. You're an antique. Have you considered applying for Antiques Roadshow? Good sir.
But you're giving me no choice.
You obviously have excellent taste.
All right then.
You asked for that.
You grew up on Atari. Well, relatively young, you know? Yeah, I mean, there's worse things to be called, to be honest.
I am ready.
I can't believe I'm streaming 2 hours already. Where'd the time go?
You're on a fool's errand.
All right then.
You shouldn't have come here.
$2,600. Atari 2600. Right. So you witnessed the industry crash firsthand, huh? With all the ET games being put into that landfill. That must have been pretty insane.
Cable warned me we'd need to treat this conflict like a war. You've certainly proved him right.
We did what we had to do, Cap. Nothing more.
Right. You were just following orders. Sounds like some guys I used to fight back in Germany. Maybe you think you're still heroes.
I feel called out.
But you aren't. Not anymore. And I won't forget what you did here today.
Alright, I think that's the mission done. Hopefully. 2 weeks later.
Your capture of Cable, Hercules, and Spider-Woman a few weeks back seems to have put a serious crimp in Cap's plans. Thanks to all our hard work, more unregistered heroes and superpowered criminals are being rounded up every day. Of course, it's one thing to capture them, and quite another to make sure they stay that way.
As you may have heard, our massive new holding facility in the negative zone is now up and running. Codename Prison 42. It's a clean, safe, and totally secure detention center for unregistered superhumans.
Safe.
Access is possible only through a network
Where have I heard that
of strictly
before?
controlled trans-dimensional portals. The first of which is situated
I heard that
deep
one before.
in the Rikers Island prison.
We're still hoping this conflict can be resolved quickly. But in case that's not possible, Prison 42 will serve our cause well. We've built in multiple fail-safes to ensure that it's completely inescapable.
Shout out to the 41 people watching on Twitter.
Good reason to reconsider their position.
You thought Reed was Tony. Foolproof,
So
yes.
far, so good.
Exactly.
But there's still
Totally
plenty left to
foolproof.
do. We'll meet at the briefing station when you want to get moving.
Shout out to the 41 people watching on Twitter. 1 person watching on Kick, and I've got... Let's see. 2 2 people watching on Kick right now. For some reason, Kick is lagging behind a little bit. My first was an Atari 600. Oof. Oof. Andy. Oof. 6 people on YouTube. Nice. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Boomstadt. Please tell me I did. Okay. Damn it. I didn't mean to do that. This is the intro sequence. I didn't want to redo again. I love unskippable cutscenes. They're the worst. An Atari PC. Yeah, that's some ancient tech, my dude. Let me... Can I leave this mission? There you go. Shield command. Yeah. Let's load this one. Remember, folks,
So
the
far,
gifts and
so
go
good.
for my gaming PC is still
there's
running.
still
If you
plenty
want
left
to
to
help
do.
me with that
We'll meet at
one,
the
you can
briefing
either
station when
donate
you wanna get
to me
moving.
via PayPal. I'll pass it on to Tomby, or you can donate directly to the gifts and go. The link is in the chat right now. Any help will be appreciated. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be pushing for that gaming PC a little more. Get the final funding going. And then hopefully I will not have to bother you about that ever again. Whew. Wish again, but I need a new gaming PC too. Yeah, I know that pain all too well. I mean, like I said, I've got a semi-decent laptop, so it kind of runs okay, but if I want to, like, unleash my full potential, I definitely need stronger hardware. That's for sure. All right, let's. I'll say let's do one more mission, and then get the heck out of here.
Hello.
What can I do for you?
So that variant strike a year ago. Quite a party starter, huh?
I regret nothing. We did what needed to be done at the time.
Yeah, you didn't even lose, and you didn't even lose your job. Anything's possible with power of denial. Being a secret agent means never having to say you're sorry, huh? I'll probably go with the diplomatic answer there.
What's done is done. I'm not a big fan of, how do you say,
Load
Monday
Runner.
morning
Wow,
quarterbacks.
that's a game I haven't heard from in a while. Load Runner. Jeez. So any word from Nick? You guys hang out, right?
I haven't heard anything from him since he went underground.
Think he's buddying up with Cap.
Every bit of intelligence we've got indicates he isn't. But then again, Nick wrote the book uncovering his tracks. Other tasks
That is a good
await me.
embodiment of the
Goodbye for now.
I mean, what have they done with your face? Yeah, that's the only thing. I mean, I like the character model, but the face? That's almost as bad as MJ in the Spider-Man 2 game from Insomniac, man. Hold on, is that She-Hulk? Holy shit, it is.
Hello. Something I can do for you?
The paper says you're Speedball's lawyer. Buff Bay beats Baldwin, beats charges. Writers, did you know something about Alec Baldwin before he did the, you know, the pew pew? That's hilarious. Buff Babe beats Baldwin. But oh wait, no. Buff Babe bets Baldwin beats charges. There you go. That's hilarious. This game's from 2010, by the way. I just want to throw that out there, okay? You're in contact with some former New Warriors, right?
It's true. Apparently one of their teammates took the Stamford incident very badly and started outing the real identities of the other team members.
What does that have to do with you?
They came to me for help, and I decided they needed some.
See
Bye
ya.
for now.
Don't catch a cold. She-Hulk is in this game, huh? Okay.
Hello. Something I can do for you?
Yeah. Yep.
Bye for now.
Well, that She-Hulk already looks better than the Abomination that was in the TV show. That's for sure. The 600XL could have Atari cassettes from console or cassette tape games, or you could spend 3 years programming a game. Really? Huh. Get ready to play Marvel Ultimate Alliance trivia game. No. Reed Richards is known for his scientific acumen. Okay, next one. After Nick Fury's SHIELD new leader is Maria Hill. Kinda easy. Before gaining her powers, Miss Marvel was a Air Force pilot. See, I didn't even watch Captain Marvel and I know this shit. In life, Namorita was Atlantean royalty? Okay, got that right. And Nitro's ability to explode comes from exposure to the red sun. Okay, apparently not. Peter Parker does not have any skills in metallurgy. Where is Stamford located? I don't fucking know. Connecticut? Stone's real name is Aurora Munro. See? I knew that one. The thing is... kind of think and assume human form. Incorrect. Okay. The Tinkerer's advanced technology derives from a pact with the deity. His natural genius. I knew that one. Human Torch and Iceman are not related. Even though you would think they are, but no, they're not. Lucia von Bardas strikes at New York City from a battleship? No, okay. Wonder Man's iconic body is thanks to an alien light lord. Okay, apparently not. Don't even know who won. I don't even know about Wonder Man. Before the Stanford Blast Speedball fights Nitro? Oh, okay. Apparently not. Ms. Marvel finds the Latvian terror operation in Harlem. Okay. Apparently not. Who heals more rapidly than a normal human? Wolverine. Healing factor. You don't like Trump, okay. Yeah. The Hulk has a great self-control thanks to... shit. Inhibitor chip. What's the inhibitor chip? Bruce Banner has a PhD in nuclear physics? Yeah. Hey Bobby, how you doing? Thor's the son of Zeus. It was Odin. It was Odin. Biologically, Thor is half Asgardian, half human? Okay, Elder God. Probably Elder God. Jean Grey is a founding member of the X-Men. Screw it. Let's be done with it.
What can I do for you?
Did they rename this place to Supervillain Central? Because I didn't get the email.
You can read what you'd like into it. I can't say we're any happier about it than you are.
The whole district returns to this emergency thing, huh? Wonderful.
They say war makes strange bedfellows.
Wait, weren't you in jail or
When
something?
this whole war broke out, we got talked into rounding up unregistered supercriminals. Seems like we did too good a job. Now we're here to help you.
Help from you? Sorry, I'm not seeing it.
Stark and S.H.I.E.L.D. have a plan. I'm sure they'll let you in on it soon. Talk to you later.
Yeah, I don't see Stark's grand vision, so... Pardon me if I'm a bit skeptical.
The cadre of rogue S.H.I.E.L.D. agents known
Hello, what can I do for you?
has stepped up attacks on S.H.I.E.L.D. operations
So
and
we won, right?
facilities.
Please say there'll be cake.
No. It was a good start. But according to our intelligence, they're still getting pretty well established in other locations.
So, not a short fight, a long war.
Unfortunately, it could be. At this point, we need to make sure we keep a tight rein on those we've already captured. Fortunately, we've started transferring inmates to Prison 42.
Prison 42, sorry about that name. Not really scary. Maybe I should drop by and check out the food court. Cool, superhumans never break out of jails, like Vault or the Raft.
If Reed's calculations are correct, there is virtually no chance of anyone breaking out of that place. Ever.
Yeah, about that. Whatever happened to Wilson Fisk? Tony? Huh? Or the New Mutants? Huh? Huh? just asking for a friend, you know?
No way. She-Hulk is definitely hotter. You're crazy.
Despite our recent victories, the anti-registration movement continues to grow. S.H.I.E.L.D. is too busy dealing with opportunistic supervillains to help us. So we've decided to bolster our ranks with some allies you might find surprising. There are dozens of superpowered criminals now being held in Prison 42. Collectively, they represent a formidable fighting force. Our goal is to harness that potential to help us win this war. Reed?
We recovered some highly advanced nanotech from the Latverian attack on New York, and have found a way to use it to control the behavior of higher mammals, including humans.
You know what's kind of funny? I feel like the voice actors don't match the characters that much. I like Crispin Freeman. He does Alucard in Hellsing.
Situate themselves in the
And he
host
does
nervous system.
Winston in
This forms
Overwatch.
an electronic
But
network that we can wirelessly tap into,
I feel like the guy
allowing
who
us to
voices
remotely
Reed should
monitor
be
and
Tony,
control these unpredictable but powerful new
and
allies.
Crispin should be
In
Reed.
addition to the behavior control system, there's also a failsafe.
Because the voices don't match
We can remotely
somehow.
render the host unconscious at any time.
The system has passed all preliminary trials, but now it's time for a field test, under real-world conditions.
That's where you come in. A number of unregistered heroes are about to be transferred to their new homes in Prison 42. You will protect their convoy. And once we feel the time is right, we'll deploy one of our nanite-controlled agents to assist you. If he gets out of line, we'll take care of it. Delivering these prisoners
Surely
and
that's not
proving out
gonna
the nanite
be.
control system are two important steps to ending this war
Oh,
once and for all.
Rikers. Okay, it's Rikers Island. Okay. That makes a lot of sense now. But I think I'm gonna call it here.
Here they come! Take positions!
Oh, that almost did nothing.
Take up.
Alright. So, well, I don't know if we're the bad guys. It's like a moral gray kind of stuff again. So, I don't honestly know. It almost seems like we're the baddies, though. So, I don't know. Alright, let's see here. Save the game here. Quit out of the game. Let's see here. Alright. Let's see. First of all, thank you for watching, guys. Remember, tomorrow is the birthday, celebrate into my birthday stream. I'm going to be doing a lot of things solo and also doing a bit of a variety thing. So hopefully I can like kill some time with that, because by the time I start streaming, my birthday should be away for like 4 to 5 hours away. So if you can, please join me for that one tomorrow as of 7 p.m. UK time. I'm going to be streaming for at least 10 hours, if not even longer. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys will join me for that one. Let's have a look, see where I can send you guys off to, so you still have some fun. I think Sevi's still alive, so I think I'm going to send you guys over to Sevi. But let's have a look. If my math is right, I don't think that does not collide with my stream time. I don't want to necessarily stream over you, Phoenix. If you're streaming, by all means, go ahead. I'm not forcing anybody to join me for that one. You're more than welcome to join, of course, if you want to. But yeah, let's have a look. See who is live right now. There you go. Let's have a look. Sevi's live. Yeah, I'm sending you guys over to Sevi. She's playing Dune Awakening right now. So if you played Conan Exiles in the past, do check it out. It's actually a fun thing to do. Either way, happy birthday, Tisms. Thank you, buddy. Like I said, if you're free, feel free to join me. I'll play Marvel Rivals and some solo stuff. Just hop on in. If I'm playing multiplayer games, just let me know if you want to join, and you're more than welcome to do so. On the kick side, thank you for if anybody actually watched or not. It's hard to say because there was no interactions in the chat whatsoever. Hopefully that changes tomorrow. We'll see. Because I'm actually kind of grinding to get kick monetized as well. But yeah, in the meantime, folks, have a good one. Do say hi to Sevi, give her a sub and leave her a like, and I'll catch you on the flip side. See you tomorrow. Bye.